Hey, beloveds. Hey, hey, hey. Welcome to Danielle White Ministries. It is a pleasure to serve. It is a pleasure to give you the things that God has been giving me. I want to thank you all, those who have already liked, those who have already subscribed to this channel. Make sure you always do so because you don't want to miss what God is doing through me to get to you. Listen, I want to just drop something in your ear on today. I want you to take a great glimpse of your position, of where you are in your life. If God was to hand you the 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 blessing, if God was to hand you the promise that he has promised you, will you have the capacity to hold it in your hand? Are you positioned? Are you positioned for the promise? Are you positioned for what God has promised you? Now, this is not to make you feel despair. This is not to make you feel bad. This is not to make you feel discouraged. This is to look in the mirror, look around you, and just say, "I've asked God for this, and I've asked God for that. And He haven't gave it to me yet. But if He dropped it in my hand at this very moment, do I have what it takes to carry it? Do I have what it takes to hold that thing in my hand? Or am I going to fumble it because I'm not quite ready?" I want you to really think about that. I want you to really ponder on that. And listen, don't feel discouraged. Don't feel dismayed if you don't feel like you're ready yet. Don't do that. What I want you to do, what I want you to do is get ready. What I want you to do is drop and roll, honey. That's what I want you to do. I want you to drop and roll. I want you to drop everything that doesn't matter. I want you to drop everything that does not matter. I want you to drop everything that you have been working on that God hasn't even called you to. I want you to drop everything that can wait. I want you to drop everything that can wait and begin to prepare for the promise that God has spoke over your life. I want you to begin to prepare for that. Begin to prepare for it, because this is not this is not the time to procrastinate. This is not the time to have do things. This is not the time to give up. This is not the time to say, well, if God give it to me, he give it to me. If he don't, he don't. Well, if God give it to me, I'll take it. I'll take it right now. This is not the time to do that. You want to be positioned correctly, correctly for what God has for you. You want to be positioned correctly for what God has for you. Because if you're not positioned correctly, you can fumble what God is going to place in your hand. If you're not positioned correctly, you can mismanage the blessing that God placed in your hand. If you're not positioned correctly, the blessing can depacitate. It can just leave your hands because you don't have what it takes to hold that thing in your hand. So listen, beloved, I want you to get ready. This is a season right now that you put your hand to the plow and get ready for the blessing that God has promised you. Get ready, get ready, get ready, get ready. That is your word. That is your word for this week. That is your word. That is your word for this month. Get ready, get positioned, get prepared for the blessing. Get prepared, get positioned, and get ready for the promise that God has spoke over your life, because it is getting ready to come into fruition, and you do not want to mismanage. You do not want to lose, and you do not want that thing to disappear out of your hand because you don't have what it takes to hold it. You don't have what it takes to carry that thing all the way through. So listen, your assignment right now is to get ready. Your assignment right now is to get into position. I want you to stop and roll. Get into position for the promise. Listen, I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you with the love of the Lord. The Lord loves you. And remember, what he has spoken over your life, what he has promised you, it shall surely come to pass. It's on its way, beloved. Get positioned.